This is the story of the woman who searched for healing in all the wrong places. There was a woman named Maria who had been struggling with chronic anxiety and depression for years. She had tried traditional therapy, but felt like she wasn't making the progress she desperately wanted. Determined to find healing, she began seeking out extraordinary experiences and special places. She traveled to expensive retreat centers in the mountains. She attended week-long meditation intensives led by famous teachers. She visited healing sanctuaries known for their transformative energy. Each place promised to be different, special, the key to her breakthrough. The meditation hall with perfect silence, the retreat center with organic meals and pristine nature views, the spiritual teacher with thousands of followers and impressive credentials. Maria would arrive at each place filled with hope, believing that this perfect environment would finally provide the healing she sought. And sometimes in those magical settings, she did feel better. The anxiety would quiet. The depression would lift. She would feel peaceful and optimistic. But then she would return home to her regular life, her messy apartment, her demanding job, her complicated family relationships. And within days, sometimes hours, the old patterns would return. After spending thousands of dollars and countless weekends seeking healing in special places, Maria felt more frustrated than ever. If she couldn't maintain her peace outside of retreat centers, was she doomed to never truly heal? One evening, feeling particularly low after another expensive workshop had failed to create lasting change, Maria sat on her kitchen floor crying. Her dishes were piled in the sink. Her laundry was overflowing. Her neighbor's music was too loud. Everything felt chaotic and hopeless. As she sat there in her messy, imperfect life, something unexpected happened. Instead of trying to escape the moment or fix her environment, she simply allowed herself to be exactly where she was. She noticed how the kitchen floor felt solid beneath her. She observed how her tears brought a sense of release rather than just sadness. She felt how her breathing naturally slowed when she stopped fighting her feelings. For the first time in years, she experienced a moment of genuine peace, not in a perfect meditation hall, but on her cluttered kitchen floor in the middle of an ordinary Tuesday evening. In that moment, Maria realized something profound. She had been looking for healing in extraordinary places because she believed her ordinary life wasn't good enough for transformation. But her real life, messy, imperfect, and challenging, contained everything she needed for healing. The retreat centers and workshops had taught her valuable techniques, but she had been waiting for perfect conditions to apply them. She thought she needed silence to meditate, but she could find stillness even with her neighbor's music playing. She thought she needed a pristine environment to feel peace, but peace could arise in any setting when she stopped resisting what was. Over the following weeks, Maria began to practice what she called kitchen floor spirituality. Instead of waiting for special moments or perfect conditions, she brought mindful attention to whatever was happening in her regular life. When anxiety arose during her morning commute, instead of waiting until she could get to a quiet place to deal with it, she practiced breathing techniques right there in traffic. When depression made her apartment feel overwhelming, instead of escaping to seek healing elsewhere, she practiced self-compassion while doing dishes. She discovered that washing dishes mindfully could be as meditative as sitting in a temple, that walking her dog could be as healing as walking through a retreat center's gardens, that having a difficult conversation with her sister could teach her more about compassion than listening to a spiritual teacher. The Buddha taught that if you cannot find the truth right where you are, where else do you expect to find it? Maria's kitchen floor moment revealed this truth in the most unexpected way. Think about your own seeking patterns. How often do we believe that healing, growth, or wisdom can only happen in special circumstances? When we have more time, more money, the perfect teacher, the ideal environment, or better conditions. We postpone our spiritual practice until we can join a meditation group. We delay inner work until we can afford therapy. We wait for the right retreat or the perfect book to begin our transformation. But what if the messy, ordinary moments of your life are already providing exactly what you need for growth? What if the challenges you're trying to escape contain the very lessons you've been seeking elsewhere? Maria's discovery reflects a profound truth about human transformation. We often think we need to rise above our circumstances to find peace, but real peace comes from learning to be present within whatever circumstances we face. This doesn't mean we should never seek inspiration from teachers, books, or special experiences. These can be valuable, but they become problematic when we use them to avoid the spiritual work that's available right now in our actual life. The Japanese concept of wabi-sabi finds beauty in imperfection and impermanence. Your imperfect life, with all its challenges and messiness, contains its own unique wisdom and healing potential. The anxiety you experience while stuck in traffic is a teacher. The frustration you feel during difficult conversations is a guide. The sadness that arises in quiet moments is offering you something important. Instead of seeing these experiences as obstacles to overcome or escape, what if you saw them as opportunities for the very growth you've been seeking in more exotic places? Maria learned that her kitchen floor was just as sacred as any meditation hall. Her tears were just as healing as any retreat experience. Her ordinary Tuesday evening contained as much potential for transformation as any workshop. This perspective is incredibly liberating. It means you don't have to wait for perfect conditions to begin healing. You don't need to save money for expensive retreats to access wisdom. You don't have to find the perfect teacher to start growing. Everything you need is already available in the life you're living right now. The mud of your ordinary existence contains the same truth as the golden temples you might be seeking. Tonight, as you settle into your own imperfect environment, remember Maria's kitchen floor revelation. Can you bring the same quality of attention to this ordinary moment that you might bring to a special spiritual experience? Can you find the sacred in the mundane, the profound in the everyday, the healing in whatever is happening right now? The Buddha said, "Do not believe in anything simply because you have heard it. But after observation and analysis, when you find that anything agrees with reason and is conducive to the good and benefit of one and all, then accept it and live up to it." Your life is offering you countless opportunities for observation and analysis. Every ordinary moment is a chance to discover what truly brings peace and wisdom. You don't have to go anywhere else to find what you're seeking. It's already here, waiting to be noticed in the beautiful mess of your actual existence.